I think intense. You're just counting outs and knowing that team over there doesn't quit, and just trying to make sure that we put our guys in the right spots, trying to tack on some runs. But I guess intense is the word.
To your left, Dave. Joe?
Skipper, don't mean to second guess you, but wonderful job with the relievers relay today. Please take us through that.
I just felt that obviously Rich came out and threw the ball really well and matched Verlander pitch for pitch. Really was outstanding. And I just felt that at that point, get a guy on base, you got second and third, and put the guy on base and punch out Verlander. For me, I just felt that was, with Verlander on the mound, that was going to be the game. So a guy that we've trusted all year long in that spot, I felt that you have to use that bullet in Brandon Morrow. And I've believed in him all year long, and he came through in the biggest spot of the season.
Left center aisle, towards back, Kevin.
Dave, you've been in the game your whole life. What does a Game 7 mean to you?
Never been a part of a Game 7. So this is when you're a young kid and you're kind of trying to play through all the heroes and the heroics and talking about a Game 7 in the World Series, and here we are. I know that we're happy to be at home, and tonight was very energetic, exciting. I know we love being in front of our fans, and I know we'll be ready to win a baseball game.
Right center aisle, Joe.
Dave, you've been talking about all series Bellinger's defense. How big a play was that pick at first base?
It was. That's just the thing about Cody and a lot of our guys, where tonight the bat wasn't there, but he made some very huge defensive plays in that play off Altuve's bat. Was a game changer. And when you get a young player that isn't there with the bat but can still have the presence in mind to still play defense and impact the game, that's what we get in Cody.
Allison on your right, Dave.
Just a little further on the bullpen bouncing back, and Morrow having pitched every game so far this postseason. Just how encouraged are you about how strong he was?
Very, very much so. I know that the off day did him well, and talking to him, he felt good and wanted the baseball again. And I think that at this point in time of the season, I think it's really for our guys, speaking for our guys, it's not about the workload. Every guy on our staff wants the baseball. And so this is what they train for. This is what guys live for. So to see Brandon respond the way he did, I'm not surprised and obviously very encouraged.
Towards the back left corner, Dave.
Dave, obviously you can't win Game 7 unless you get there, but mindful in going and asking 6 outs from Jansen that he only used 19 pitches. How critical for tomorrow?
It's very critical, and he put us in a position where you could entertain him going out there for the ninth. And when I used him, when I called on him in the 8th, I wasn't certain. I just know that part of the order, I wanted him to attack those guys. And if he wasn't as efficient in the 8th, then I would have been put in a different situation on who to call on to close that game out. But Kenley, very efficient tonight, I think 18, 19 pitches. So, yeah, tomorrow's Game 7, so it's all hands on deck.
Joel, to your left, Dave.
Dave, considering the give-and-take nature of this series, does it feel fitting that we have a Game 7 tomorrow? Because it feels like neither of you could get away from the other.
Yeah, I think it seems fitting. You've got the two best teams in baseball going head-to-head. Like we talked about from the beginning, these two teams mirror one another. And the compete and the fight in both teams is the most important thing that I see is similarities. But again, we worked all year long to have home field advantage, and here we are. So it's only fitting for this series, yeah.
Towards the back left, Dave.
Dave, baseball's a game of redemption, and we saw a lot of it today with Jock Peterson, with Kenley Jansen, with Morrow, with Maeda. Can you just talk about the resiliency of this team to reach this point?
It's been that way all year, and I think that it's not easy to kind of always have good results, but to see the fight, the resiliency in our guys, the no quit, the playing for one another, we have that in our clubhouse. And so when you get hit in the mouth and you see guys respond by wanting the baseball again and wanting another chance for redemption or whatever you want to term it, that's a good thing. So our guys aren't afraid of the moment, and we put a lot of time into this moment right here. So we're not done yet.
Richard, fourth row to your right.
Dave, how much do you think Clayton can give you tomorrow?
I think part of it is how efficient he is, but I know that he was up in the pen today. So one reason I wanted to stay away from him is so we can give him a little bit more tomorrow. So when you're talking about Clayton Kershaw, Game 7, I think anything's within reason. So now when we look at what we have, we're going to go through it and think through how we can kind of get through, navigate tomorrow. But knowing that we have Alex Wood, Clayton, and everyone else available, that's a good sign. So, but Clayton, it's hard to kind of put a number on him.
Try to do 4 more in the second row on the right here.
Hey, Dave, talk about Jock Peterson adding the insurance run in the 7th inning. And then, of course, does that validate having him on the postseason roster because he's had some big hits in this World Series?
I think the validation, that ship sailed. We knew that he earned it. He made sense for our roster, and so he continues to come up with big hits. And that one right there to add a little extra cushion and, a bloop and a blast can change the game. So that was a huge hit by Jock, and he continues to amaze us and put together good at-bats.
Seated on the far left.
Hey, how did you feel that 7th inning, Kenta versus Altuve, same matchup at Game 5, very critical moment. Yeah.
It was a big spot. There was a lot of big spots tonight, but Kenta, talking about redemption and just to get another opportunity to pitch some big outs right there, and you've got an MVP at the plate, and for Kenta to get those outs. Bridge that gap like he's done for us in this postseason was huge, and Kenta keeps coming up big, and especially after his last outing to respond like that says a lot about Kenta, and can't say enough about that play, that pick that Cody made too. That was huge.
Right here in the center, Michael.
Dave, 2 brief questions. Your gut decision making versus the information you have at your disposal. If you had to put a percentage on how much you lean on one or the other, where would you put that? And as these series gets tighter, does that change at all? How much you depend on one or the other?
I know it's more gut than information, and eyes. I want to put eyes with my gut. I don't know. I can't. I'd have to think through that one. But I know that it's certainly a combo, and right there, I think that the play, the pivotal point right there. And Rich just gave us what he got, and gave us a chance to win. And for me, I just felt that in that one particular spot, Brandon gave us the best chance to get out the hitter, so Bregman. So that was kind of my gut.
But like starting Logan tonight,
Yeah, with Logan, it was my gut. And I think that I think that Chase, you have a chance to use him in the pitcher spot, which we did. But with Logan, the at-bats that he's taken all throughout the postseason, regardless of handedness, I like the quality, and I love the defense too.
We'll take a last question on the left.
What do you credit this victory to?
The players. They came up in big spots.